Hi friends, my name's Cassidy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is a 15,000 simoleon starter home. This is a speed build with no custom content. Please go ahead and like this video because it really helps out my channel, and subscribe so you know when I post a new video. I post every Wednesday and Saturday. My last build was a 10,000 simoleon starter home. If you would like to check that out, I will put it in a card up at the top so you can watch that after you watch this one, and in the pinned comment will be a link to both my build playlist and my tiny house playlist. It will be in both of those. This house is a similar layout, but it is bigger and it has a porch. I love a good porch. It's fun to see what an extra 5,000 simoleons can get you. I built this house right after building the 10,000 simoleon house, and you wouldn't think 5,000 simoleons would make that big of a difference, but it kind of does. Like, I was able to, one, make the house bigger, add in more luxuries in the house. Like, they have a laundry area, which was way too expensive for the 10,000 simoleon house. They have a bigger table. This is still like a very basic house, but it's just fun to see, in my opinion, to see like how much that like extra 5,000 like really helps you out. I forgot to mention, but I did do this build all in black and white. I have a few black and white builds. I should probably make a playlist of all my black and white builds. So if you would like to check out all my black and white builds, I'm going to make a playlist when I get through recording this voiceover, and it'll be in the pinned comment when this video goes up. I didn't give this build a TV. I gave them just like more seating in the living area. And this is a build for a family. I don't know if I mentioned that. I figured for like a family of 4. The main bedroom is not huge, but it is big enough for a bed and a dresser. And then the kids' room, I did bunk beds. I know we've had bunk beds for a little while now, but I'm still so glad we have bunk beds. They just make things easier when you're building a kid's room, and so they don't take up as much room as 2 beds, obviously. And I'm just really glad for that. I always like to put a desk, if I have the room, in kids' rooms so that they have somewhere to do their homework. This could easily be a teen's room, or a teen and a child's room as well, or just one child's room that has a bunk bed if a friend stays over. I mean, it's up to whoever uses it, but I envision probably like 2 kids or 2 teens. I think 2 kids because I ended up putting like toys, but it could obviously be an older sibling and a younger sibling situation. Even though the build is black and white, a lot of the times I like to add in pops of colors to the kids' rooms. And in this, I really like the bunk beds that you can like switch the bedding up. It doesn't have to be the same bedding on both. And so I did pops of color with the bedding in the kids' room, and there isn't really a black and white option as far as toy boxes go. So that is a pop of color too. I have to re-record this segment because I said I put a build on this porch. I put a porch on this build, and it is a covered porch. Sometimes I have trouble with roofs, so I just don't even bother with covered porches. But this one I was able to get it to work, and it was fine. I can't believe I said I put a build on this porch, and I didn't even catch it till I was listening to it back. I'm glad I did catch it though. That would have been embarrassing. I used the debug cheat with this build. Debug is not something that I've really used that much in The Sims 4. I've known that it existed, I just haven't bothered with it. I used to use debug items a lot when I played The Sims 3, but the way that I play The Sims 4 and the way that I played The Sims 3 was very different. So I haven't really messed with debug too much, But for this build, I wanted to check it out and see what I could do to spice up this build. And if you don't know what debug is, it is a cheat that allows you to see all of the items that you would normally be able to see, and a lot of them are free. So I used a lot of the free plants for the landscaping of this build, which may or may not be cheating, since this is a budgeted build. That's up to you to decide if you think it's cheating to use free items or not. But I wanted to have nice landscaping without breaking the budget. I do go a little crazy in this build with the debug stuff, but you'll see that in a minute. I added like nice flowers around this tree, and I added some moss on the porch. I thought it added like nice character to the build. I just called that moss. It's like fine, it's not moss, but whatever, doesn't matter. I added in a fishing pond. That's what I was talking about when I said I went a little overboard. I think a fishing pond is a little bit overboard for a 15,000 simoleon build, but it didn't add to the price of the build. I didn't know what to do with this whole big side of the lot because there was a lot of space left in the lot. This is kind of a big lot for this neighborhood. So I added in a pond. It makes the landscaping look better than just having a big empty space, in my opinion. I didn't know what to do with it because I didn't have really the money to add like a pool or like an outdoor living situation or a play area for the kids or anything, but the pond was free. I added a bench too. It's under the shade of the tree and looks over the pond, which I feel like would just be like a nice place to just go and chill out. There isn't a way to sort the debug items except for by pack. You can put in like which pack you want to see, but that's the only way you can filter through it. There is no way to filter where you only see plants or you only see clutter or you only see food items. But it is a nice way to find clutter, and it is a nice way to make a Sims house or venue or whatever look a little more lived in. You can add in like kids crafts to make it look like, you know, a family with children actually live there. I added in books next to the bed so that it looks like, you know, they read the books before they go to bed and put them there. I mean, once Sims actually live here, the like coffee cups and the food items, they'll either eat the food items or they'll go bad, and the coffee cups will need to be washed, and the books will probably be put up by the Sims at one point or another. But I think it looks nice, and obviously the place settings will go away once they eat there. But it's nice to like your Sims to move into a house and it look like they've already been living there. I don't know what I was trying to do with that item. It looks nice, but I don't know why I thought this build needed it. I decided that it didn't. I think this build is, not counting the price of the lot, this build did end up being a few hundred simoleons over the 15,000 simoleon budget after I added in some mirrors and hampers, but it's only a little bit over, so I think it's okay. It was like just at the very, very end, I remembered I forgot to add in some of those items, so I had to go in and add them in, so I just bumped it up just a little bit. Don't tell anybody, it's a secret, no. But for real, sorry about that, but it did end up going just a slight bit over. But that is not including the cost of the lot. The lot, I think, was 2,000 simoleons. Most lots are. Some are, depending on the size. And here are some screenshots. Here's the front of the house, and you get a view of the landscaping I did with the pond. Fancy. And an over aerial view of the house, so you get an idea for the layout. And a view of the living room. I used these black and white photos that were in the debug as art. And then another view of the living room has a lot of nice natural lighting. Love natural lighting. And you can see the pond out the window. Here's the entry table with a bookshelf and some decanted juice. And another black and white photo. And the kitchen and dining area with some bread on the dining table, which will eventually need to be replaced, but it's okay. And the kitchen, I love the big storage cabinet. And the kids' room, I added in that little desk and some books. The books in the desk you can't use those, but the ones on them are an actual book shelf. I added a basketball for aesthetic purposes. And the bedroom, the main bedroom, with another view of the main bedroom with the hamper that made the budget go over a little bit. Alright friends, that is all I have for this video. Please give it a thumbs up because it really helps out my channel, and subscribe so you know when I post a new video. I post every Wednesday and Saturday. And the pinned comment down below will have links to all of my build playlists if you would like to check those out. And while you're down there, leave a comment letting me know any Sims content you would like to see me do on this channel. And if you would like to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you can find me at CassGames_ on both. And I will see you very, very soon. Goodbye!